And we are live here in round 6 of 6 here at Clockwork Games Lorcana 1K. We're here with 20 Lore Pro. I'm your announcer, SirAshtown. Thank you all so much for joining us here on Twitch. If you missed any of the previous rounds or aren't able to make it to the top 8, we'll have all of the rounds up on our YouTube for you to watch in the future. Our YouTube is 20lore.pro/YouTube. where we stream a lot of tournaments and post the videos the following week, just like this past weekend's Hunter Burn Memorial Lorcana Championship. Our winner of that event, LorcanaBro, aka Aaron, is in attendance in today's tournament. We'll see how he does, and maybe he'll get into the top 8 for Clockworks Games Lorcana 1K. We want to thank y'all so much for being here today as we enter into the round 6. And after this, we'll cut into the top 8. We see that it is Lorcana NightOwl versus LeggoMyWaffleez. NightOwl is piloting a Amethyst Ruby list versus LeggoMyWaffleez piloting a Amethyst Streel list. This should be an interesting match. Can't wait to see how this round goes. We wish both of our competitors luck. We see that NightOwl already has a game 1 win. I'm sure that may just be a mistake from the tablet. We want to thank both NightOwl and LeggoMyWaffleez for competing in today's feature match and for volunteering to play for us here on camera. It's always great to be able to see the newest and latest in Lorcana. We want to thank some of our sponsors for today's event. Most importantly, we want to thank Clockwork Games for hosting a Lorcana 1K for us to stream today. Thank you so much, Clockwork Games, here in College Station, home of A&M, where you can play tabletop games, trading card games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Lorcana. We want to thank Clockwork Games so much for hosting today's tournament. If you are ever in the College Station, Bryan area, come out to Clockwork Games and check out their gaming store. We want to thank Nexus in Waco, a esports lounge and TCG play area. They also have a dining facility in their store. If you want to come out to the latest esports tournaments for Fortnite, Super Smash Bros., Tekken, head on over to Nexus. We want to thank GFQ Underground, who works with us to print our playmats. They print our mats during the Hunter Burn Memorial Lorcana Championship, so thank you so much to GFQ Underground. And we want to thank our artists who really designed such an amazing mat for the Hunter Burn Memorial Diamond Ink Apparel. If you have gaming apparel needs, head on over to Diamond Ink Apparel Etsy for their Etsy store. Well, here we go into round 6, game 1, NightOwl versus LeggoMyWaffleez. Looks like Lego is going to start us off. Well, it looks like he's completing his mulligans, or they are completing their mulligans. Next week, we are going to possibly be playing in Game Castle in Austin's Trios tournament. Right now, we don't have plans to stream that event, but we will be playing in it. If you're going to that tournament and you live in Austin, feel free to stop by and say hello to the 20 Lore team, as we'll be there having fun playing in their Trios tournament. Here's NightOwl starting us off with a turn 1 Olaf. These turn 1 Olafs normally indicate that somebody's playing Teeth and Ambition. That may be the case here with this Ruby Amethyst list. Not always the case though, sometimes it's just bounce and inkable usage, but we'll see if Night Owl's playing Teeth and Ambition. Waffle inking a beast. Playing a Robin Hood. This one-drop Robin Hood, really scary because it can very quickly turn into the shift 5-drop Robin Hood champion of Sherwood. Here's a turn to Cusco from Night Owl. I love this art of Cusco being a llama form, really showing his fear as he traverses the jungle. Lego. Thinking about what they want to play for turn 2. Decides to ink a Jafar, maybe indicating that he's on the Jafar wheel list. Plays a Tinkerbell and passes it back to Night Owl. Again, Lego really representing 2 scary shift targets. Tinkerbell can shift into the larger 6-drop Tinkerbell and really do a lot of damage on the board if you allow this Tinkerbell fairy tiny tactician to survive. Night Owl getting out that Metamim Fox, but not netting any challenge off of the ETB with its rush ability. Maybe a cautionary tale from the 2 as they're kind of vying for their opponent's resources, seeing who goes where. Lego playing a Jafar, the one that gives evasive to itself during your turn. Night Owl taking their turn. Thinking that Olaf that he probably bounced back. Taps down that Jafar, not wanting to deal with it. Trades with the Metamim Fox. Jafar, if it turns into the 4-drop Jafar, can be incredibly strong, as whenever that one banishes a character in a challenge, you're able to draw a card. That's if Lego is playing this Jafar. However, we know that he is playing the larger Jafar that is a lot more scarier, the 7-drop Jafar Striking Illusionist. Able to shift for 5. Every time a Jafar is on board, it represents a threat of this card coming to the field and singing a whole new world, gaining you a ton of lore. Here's Lego with a Merlin Rabbit. Lego thinking about their plays, really pivotal, trying to figure out how to get to probably this Jafar, or at least a state in which they can control Night Owl's board state. Decides to ink the Tinkerbell, going into a second Robin Hood with no questing being done. Having a second Robin on the board may indicate that Lego does have the Shift Robin in hand. We'll see as Night Owl decides to tap down the Merlin Rabbit, not wanting any recursion business. decides to take it out with the Madam Mim snake. Bounces that damaged snake back with the Madam Mim fox, taking out the tiny tactician. It seems like we're going to have a lot of back and forth between these two players as we see Amethyst's bounce package really paying off right now for NightOwl, as NightOwl has been able to sustain the damaged characters on his side of the board by returning them back to hand. Lego inking. Plays a Tinkerbell, removing the Madam Mim fox, leaving 1 damage on Cusco. Able to easily trade here with the Robin Hood. I shouldn't say trade, but really just dealing 1 damage to the Robin Hood and taking out Cusco. Lego, finally having a little bit of breathing room, decides to quest with one of the Robin Hoods. Seeing NightOwl play and draw off of the recurred Merlin Rabbit being bounced back with the Madam Mim snake. Back to Lego. We see that Binja in hand, maybe waiting for a spellbook, maybe another second Jafar? Lots of interesting cards in Lego's hand. Decides to ink the Binja, not needing it for spellbook. Paying 7, and there is the big Jafar. We'll see if Jafar can stick for more than 1 turn. If Jafar is able to stay on the board for too long, we might see some whole new world. We see NightOwl at 6, inking his inkwell. Able to use Maui to take out one of the Robin Hoods. And the other with the snake. There's that 7th ink from NightOwl, inking a Merlin goat. We'll see what Lego has here, as we have one of his strongest cards on board. Has 7 ink in his inkwell. Decides to sing Friends on the Other Side, gaining 2 lore. Now this Jafar is vulnerable to this Maui. May have to be taken out by Lego's Robin Hood. And there's the whole new world. We'll see what Lego can do here to try to keep his Jafar alive. Lego thinking about how to best use his cards at this time. Decides to ink Rise of the Titans, playing that 4-drop Jafar. A great challenger, one that you don't want to see stick around for too long to be able to gain your opponent some cards by challenging yours. Does make the trade with the Robin Hood for the Maui, hopefully protecting his Jafar. Let's see what NightOwl can do to try to get rid of this Jafar. Decides to quest, possibly has a Be Prepared, and there it is. That was an interesting turn from Lego, as he was trying to draw into the whole new world, didn't draw into it until the end. allowing Night Owl the opportunity to use Be Prepared to really clean up the board of some really strong threats from Lego. Lego passing it back to Night Owl. Plays a Merlin Rabbit. Night Owl counting up all the ink in the inkwell. Looking at Lego, who's trying to figure out what to do next, decides to get rid of this Merlin Rabbit to stop any recursion that might happen from bouncing it back to hand. Passes it back. That's something about having these whole new worlds and swords, is you really want a character to be able to sing them, but right now Lego doesn't have the ability to do that. Seeing 2 more Merlin Rabbits from Night Owl. Lego drawing into the Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. Does decide to play that Robin Hood. Immediately getting answered by a Lady Tremaine. Lady Tremaine loves to just eat up those single characters that are alone on the board, being able to banish them. Not normally able to target, but whenever you only represent one character, she's able to take them out. Night Owl going up to 6. Lego using... Then along came Zeus to take out the Tremaine. Along came Zeus, being one of the strongest single removal pieces in the game right now. Being able to deal 5 damage to target character or location. We see a second Grab Your Sword from Lego. We know that Lego has the whole new world. He's just hesitating to play it due to knowing that Night Owl will really take advantage of having a whole new hand, especially with the board state that Night Owl has right now. Lego does decide to use the whole new world after inking, leaving himself with 5 more cards in hand. I'm sorry, 5 more cards in the inkwell. Tries to count up how many cards are on Night Owl's side of the board. Maybe Lego could draw into a Grab Your Swords here, even though he's already used 2. So let's play a Merlin Rabbit for 4. And then a 1-drop Robin Hood. Night Owl taking advantage of having a new hand here. Already has quite a big board state. Just allowing himself to quest out. All the way up to 15. Using a Madame Medusa on the lonely Robin Hood. Leaves that scared little Merlin Rabbit on the board all by himself. Lorcana Night Owl going up to 16 here in game 1. We'll see what Lego can do to try to recover the board. Based on Night Owl's current board state, it would take at least to grab your swords to come back. Let's see what LEGO's thinking as they're taking the time playing this. And that is game one. LEGO, after looking at Night Owl's graveyard, probably to assess the different type of cards in Night Owl's list, decides to concede the game to Night Owl, who is ahead. Well, we want to thank Night Owl and LEGO for playing in today's feature match here for round 6, and for Clockwork Games here in College Station, home of A&M, for hosting today's Lorcana 1K. We're 20 Lore Pro. I'm your announcer, SirAshtown. If you miss any of today's rounds or won't be able to stay for the entirety of today's stream, head on over to 20lore.pro/YouTube later on this week, where we'll post all the rounds in today's tournaments. If you missed last week's stream of the Hunter Burn Memorial Lorcana Championship, head on over to 20lore.pro/YouTube on Sunday, where we'll have all of those rounds posted for your viewing. We want to thank y'all for coming out here today on Twitch and watching today's stream. If you'd like to stay up to date on what 20 Lore is doing, go ahead and follow us here on Twitch or subscribe to support the team. We try to travel around Texas to the different gaming stores to stream their Lorcana 1Ks, and we're very thankful for the opportunity to be able to be here today at Clockwork Games. Your support gives us the ability to travel, and so we appreciate you, the viewers, for liking, subscribing, and being a part of the 20 Lore Pro community. If you'd like to learn more about 20 Lore and the different deck discussions that we have, head on over to 20lore.pro/Discord, where you can join the discussion on the latest in competitive Lorcana. If you'd like to support the 20 Lore team directly as we travel around Texas, head on over to 20lore.pro/Patreon, where you can subscribe to our Patreon. We have weekly update videos going into the background of what we're doing here at 20 Lore, some behind the scenes, as well as some extra video and audio clips from YouTube videos that we post on our 20 Lore YouTube. We want to thank everyone so much for coming out again today here at Clockwork Games, all the players who are playing in today's tournament. We have over 50 players in today's 1K. We want to thank them for playing and competing. Again, thank you so much to Lorcana NightOwl and LeggoMyWaffleez for playing on today's feature match. Well, here we go into round 6, game 2. Night Owl taking game 1 against LeggoMyWaffleez. LEGO piloting a Amethyst Streel list versus Night Owl piloting a Amethyst Ruby list. Good luck to both of these competitors, and let's see how they do. Night Owl with a turn 1 Rafiki. LEGO decides to ink a Champion of Sherwood and sends it back. This Rafiki really representing a lot of challenging ability. It is able to quest and then get bounced by the Madam Fox. LEGO playing the Tinkerbell Tiny Tactician. A 2/4 looter that's able to help you draw and discard. NightOwl, thinking about if he wants to quest, decides not to, passing it back to Lego. This Tinkerbell Tiny Tactician really represents an opportunity for Lego to have a chance to playing the 6-drop Tinkerbell that deals 1 damage to every character. Lego using that Tiny Tactician to sing Friends on the Other Side, knowing that the 2/4 would take both the Rafiki and Snake to get rid of it, unless Lorcana NightOwl has something in his hand that might have rushed. And we do see that big Tinkerbell able to shift onto the tiny Tinkerbell if left alive. Possibly a whole new world. Lego deciding to ink Rise of the Titans. Plays a blue fairy into a Jafar. Blue fairy able to draw you a card every time you play a shift character. Can be a really strong option for some of these lists that play more Floodborn characters. And that Jafar is taken out by Teeth and Ambition. NightOwl, knowing that Lego plays the 7-drop Jafar, does not want to see that character come down any sooner than turn 7. There's that shift Tinkerbell we saw in Lego's hand, dealing 1 damage to every character and banishing Minnie Mouse Snake. This big Tinkerbell also able to, when banishing a character in a challenge, deal 2 damage to another character, represents a huge threat to the other now damaged characters on Lorcana NightOwl's side of the board. Lego, thinking about what to do next, has a ready to go Tinkerbell, can sing or quest. Decides to sing Grab Your Swords, getting rid of all of Lorcana NightOwl's board, but allowing him to draw off of the Merlin Rabbit. Lorcana NightOwl is now staring down a blue fairy and a Tinkerbell. Uses the Maui to get rid of Tinkerbell. What a timely Maui, able to take her out before she can do any more damage. Maui, of course, being a 6/5 rusher. Passes it back to Lego. Decides to ink one of his 7-drop Jafars, playing another blue fairy, followed up by Along Came Zeus to get rid of Maui. This blue fairy, now having 2 on Lego's side of the board, now represents 2 draws a turn if Lego is able to play Floodborn characters. Blue fairy, hard to deal with, does have evasive, but is able to be targeted by any of Lorcana NightOwl's targeted removal. For 2-all here on game 2 of round 6. Lego playing a beast to draw 2 cards. We do see a whole new world in Lego's hand. able to quest up with those evasive fairies. Here's a Maui fishhook from NightOwl, able to give Merlin Goat evasive. That way he can take out that one of the blue fairies, really disrupting LEGO's strategy here. The Maui fishhook has really been a big help to a lot of decks to give them the ability to have evasive on any creature as long as you pay 2. LEGO probably needing now to protect this last fairy takes out that evasive, takes out the Maui's fishhook with Rise of the Titans. LEGO was able to draw an additional card at his upkeep due to Beast. Draws again due to playing a Shift or a Floodborn Jafar. Blue Fairy really doing a lot of work this match for LEGO. Uses that Beast to sing friends on the other side, trying to get as many cards as he can to his hand. It's like LEGO is trying to count, decides to pass it back to NightOwl, leaving that Beast exposed. LEGO inking a Champion of Sherwood Robin Hood. Decides to quest with his evasive Blue Fairy. The odds of NightOwl having a second Maui's fishhook is there, but isn't quite as likely now that he's gotten rid of one of them. Does lose the Beast due to a Maui. LEGO having seen now one of his Blue Fairies and his Beast, some of his draw engine, be picked apart by some rush and evasive challenging characters. LEGO able to clean up the board with a Grab Your Swords. Quests up, passes it back to NightOwl. LEGO not having any of his high payoff characters yet besides Tinkerbell this game. I believe LEGO having one card in hand loses his Jafar to a Maui. We see him drawn to a Captain Hook, the 1-drop. Is able to play another Beast to draw a card. Decides to ink that drawn Captain Hook at the beginning of his turn to go into a Merlin Rabbit. Beast really representing a great deal of card draw for LEGO. NightOwl able to bounce the damaged Maui, saving it for later, plays a spellbook to gain some lore. We're looking at LEGO 8 to NightOwl's 5. Really going back and forth between these two players. Both of them are really trying to ebb and flow the control of the board state. LEGO just seeming to have a little bit of a leg up. as he's able to use Blue Fairy and Beast to draw more cards every turn. We'll see what Night Owl can do to try to get out of the situation, especially with the Beast and the Blue Fairy. I believe Night Owl has at least 7 in his Inkwell. Lego, knowing that Night Owl does have Maui in his hand, decides to get rid of Metamim's Snake. We have a clean board state on Night Owl's side of the field. Lego 10 to Night Owl's 5. Let's see what Night Owl can do to help himself get out of this. Decides to tap down the Beast using the Maui that was returned earlier to get rid of him. Lego now not able to draw his upkeep. I believe having 1 card in hand, now 2 due to drawing. A couple more. 3 cards in hand, one's a Whole New World, one's a Goat. Cannot quite make out what the last card is. Lego going up to 11, having a Yzma. Targets the rabbit, which will get shuffled back into his deck, allowing him to draw 3 cards. I wonder if he's going to miss the trigger from the rabbit. We'll have to see here, unless I missed it already. There's 1, 2, and the third off the rabbit. 5 total. Oh, off of the blue fairies. There's 2 blue fairies on the board. I couldn't see what the corner card was due to it being foil, but yes. 5 cards total off of the 1 Yzma. That is a lot of drawing for Lego off of 1 card being played. Passes it back to Night Owl. Night Owl, having enough of the Blue Fairy and the rest of the board, decides to be prepared. Those 2 Blue Fairies really having done a lot of work. I think that's 3 fairies now out of Lego's deck. These Blue Fairies just having drawn so many cards this game for Lego. I'm sure Night Owl is glad to see them go, as we see another Beast from Lego's side of the board. We see another Be Prepared, removing all of Lego's board state, especially after seeing a Beast. Lego drawing off of Merlin. Got a lot of cards in hand. Not sure how many cards Night Owl has. It appears he doesn't have a hand right now. Lego able to play Mr. Smee. And a Binja. Mr. Smee is a great quester, but also takes damage if you don't have a captain character on the board when it's exerted. And another Be Prepared from NightOwl. Lego able to play a Robin Hood and a Tinkerbell. Playing lots of threats every turn. I believe that was the third, if not the fourth, Be Prepared from NightOwl. As Lego is able to just rebuild his board state every time he sees Be Prepared be played. That Yzma turn that drew him 5 cards really showing how much that card draw paid off for him. Lego not needing to use Whole New World, helping his opponent to have more of a hand, opts to keep it with him instead, going up to 15. Yzma not only can be used for your side of the board, as we saw here with Lego, to draw so many cards, but also if you see a pesky character on your opponent's side, can use to be targeted their card. Lego playing a Robin Hood, Champion of Sherwood. Here at 15, we see a Binja, a Robin Hood, and a second shifted Robin Hood. Decides to quest, even though he's facing down a Maleficent Dragon, going up to 17. Forgot that Binja can quest for 2. All the way up to 18 now for Lego. NightOwl not having enough cards to be able to handle what's on the board, decides to concede the game to Lego. Congratulations to Lego on winning game 2 of round 6. We are now 1-1 here. Lorcana NightOwl piloting a Ruby Amethyst deck list against LeggoMyWaffleez piloting a Amethyst Streel deck list. Congratulations to Lego for getting game 2. We want to thank y'all for coming here today to watch here on Twitch. If you've enjoyed our content so far, go ahead and give us a follow. That way you can get notified the next time that we go live at the next Lorcana 1K that we stream. If you've enjoyed the content and you'd love to see more of what we do, feel free to subscribe and support us. If you have Twitch Prime and you haven't used it yet, check to see if you do, and use your Twitch Prime here on 20 Lore Pro to support what we do for competitive Lorcana. We're here 1-1 in round 6, Lego versus NightOwl. It's been a really back and forth between the two. Lego really having a lot of card draw engine during that last game, taking it back from NightOwl. We want to thank Clockwork Games here in College Station, home of A&M, for hosting today's Lorcana 1K. We're so thankful for 20 Lore Pro to be able to come out and to stream today's 1K. Thank you, Clockwork Games, for hosting and pushing forward the Lorcana community. We want to thank Nexus for helping produce today's content. If you're ever in Waco and you're looking for a game store to play in, check out Nexus. They have a esports lounge, a TCG play area, and a dining facility. We want to thank GFQ Underground for making playmats for the 20 Lore Pro community. They were a big help in making the Hunter Burton Memorial Lorcana Championship playmats that we gave away to the top 4. We want to thank Diamond Ink Apparel, the artists of those playmats, and our partners at Diamond Ink Apparel who have partnered alongside 20 Lore Pro to create exclusive artwork for the Lorcana community. We want to thank you if you are a part of the 20 Lore community Discord at 20lore.pro/Discord, where we just recently celebrated having 3,000 members. We gave away Lorcana products, merchandise, we gave away special edition prints, and we're so thankful to have 3,000 members and continuing to grow in this Lorcana community. Well, here we are in Game 3 of Round 6. NightOwl having played a Rafiki that immediately got Fire the Cannons away. by Lego. Lego seeing really the challenging power of Rafiki and not wanting to give a Night Owl possibly a bounce target, opted to fire the cannons away that Rafiki. Lego playing a Robin Hood, passes it back over to Night Owl. Lorcana Night Owl, in fact, did have a Madam Snake, was able to bounce the Cusco back after requested for 1, sending it back to Lego. This Robin Hood, yet again, representing another shift threat, as we see happening right now, as this Robin Hood, beloved outlaw, turning into the champion of Sherwood. As is in the movie, we see that Robin Hood at the end is able to gain redemption as Prince John is taken off the throne and King Richard returns. This Robin Hood with a 3/6, able to quest for 2. Whenever it banishes a character, you gain 2 lore, and when it's banished, you draw a card. We see that Robin Hood be challenged after the Merlin enters, able to take it out in one go, plays an Olaf. This Merlin Crab able to give Challenger 3 to another character when he ETBs or leaves. There's that Merlin Crab up there on the screen for you to see. Both players really thinking about the best way to set up their board. We see Lego here playing a blue fairy in addition to another Robin Hood. Blue fairy coming out this late after we saw the shift Robin Hood may mean that he didn't have it earlier. But going forward, this blue fairy can draw Lego a lot of cards. Right now we got Merlin Rabbit, Merlin Crab, and an Olaf on Night Owl's side of the board. We'll see what Night Owl can do to try to maintain his board state and really build up his inkwell. We know that Lego, if he's able to get down maybe another Jafar, can sing, gaining quite a bit of lore. There's a beast. We know that he's got a beast. We're going to see if he wants to set up for a Jafar play or a beast play. Thinks the Yzma going into Beast Tragic Hero, drawing himself a card. That Beast Tragic Hero really representing a huge threat in its ability to give Lego an upper hand by drawing him cards each turn. Lego decides to quest with the Robin Hood. And Beast is taken out by one of the new Into the Inkland threats, Madame Medusa, able to target and banish a character with 3 or less attack power. We see that Robin Hood taken out by one of Night Owl's characters. Interested to see why this rabbit has 4... represented as 4 damage on the rabbit. And there goes a Tinkerbell. I think he realized after seeing the dice he had the wrong count on the rabbit. It is gone now. Now everything else has 1 damage on it due to the Tinkerbell entering the battlefield. This Tinkerbell also having drawn Lego a card off of the Blue Fairy due to Tinkerbell being a Floodborn character, is able to be Teeth and Ambitioned away. And NightOwl with a follow-up with Lady Tremaine able to clear Lego's side of the board. Lego here staring down quite a few characters by NightOwl. Maybe a Grab Your Swords here might be pretty good. Let's see what Lego can do to try to regain his board state and his advantage in drawing. Decides to take out the Lady Tremaine with, and then along came Zeus. Playing a Fire Your Cannons, taking out the Merlin Grab. A lot of single targeted removal by Lego. No mass removal in Grab Your Swords, but does play another fairy to try to set up for future turns. This blue fairy really being an MVP for Lego as it's drawn him so many cards this match. Lego able to be removed by NightOwl, knowing how strong that card has been for Lego this whole match. Lego having another along came Zeus, getting rid of Meta Medusa. NightOwl now at 7 to Lego's 2, takes a quick peek at his banish pile. Lego decides to play a Binja and pass. These two competitors really going back and forth, trying to gain advantage on the board and in their hands. We see NightOwl here hardcasting a friend to the other side, opting to save the snake to use it for questing instead. Goes up to 9. Decides to bounce the snake, replay it. Uses the Olaf as ink. Passes it back to Lego. I just heard time in the round for the rest of the tournament. I know the feature match has a little bit of a time extension, so we'll let y'all know whenever that time does reach. We'll see what Lego is able to do here. He's got a lot of cards. Looks like he's looking at NightOwl's banish pile. Has 3 cards in hand. One of them being a Yzma. Opposite not. I believe he did not quest before shuffling the Binja back into his deck. Sometimes it's hard to remember to make those play, to file them in the right order. Finds another his 4th blue fairy of the match. Right after the Yzma. And there's a Teeth and Ambition, as well as a Maleficent to get rid of both cards on Lego's side of the board. Looks like NightOwl is really finding all the solutions this game to everything that Lego is presenting. Not able to stick Blue Fairy for very long. NightOwl at 9, Lego at 2. Lego really having to find a way to get back into this match. We see NightOwl going up to 10. I believe that's a 7-drop Jafar. Lego really thinking about his play, knowing that this is a pivotal turn. Plays a rabbit. Into a Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. That Maleficent, though, able to really take out any character right now that it sees fit to. Night Owl decides to go up to 13. Bouncing back the Maleficent to hand, ready to use it as targeted removal during the next turn. Bounces it using a Madame Snake. We know that this Robin Hood can take out this snake, or even the fox. But if he does play the Jafar, it'll be vulnerable to the Maleficent Dragon. Lego able to play Tinkerbell, doing 1 damage to all the characters on Night Owl's side of the board. Does decide to challenge with Robin Hood, gaining 2 more lore, and quest with the rabbit, going up to 5. We'll see if Night Owl decides to cast, or to play his Maleficent. Opts instead seeing a lot on Lego's side of the board and not a lot on his to play Be Prepared. Going all the way up to 15. Lego playing that 7-drop Jafar. We'll see if Lego cannot find a whole new world. Jafar is able to be taken out. And now Night Owl with a spellbook. Sorry if I'm behind on some of the plays. The internet seems to be skipping on my side, but we'll keep going. Uses a Rise of the Titans to take out the spellbook. That Rise of the Titans is able to target any item or location. Seeing quite a bit of play here in these Amethyst Streel decks. And that looks like the match. Night Owl taking it over Lego. Night Owl really having an answer for everything that Lego played during that round. Really just displaying the power of Amethyst Ruby, as even Lego during his one game drawing so many cards had to really have a lot to overcome that match. Congratulations to Lorcana NightOwl for taking round 6 here at Clockwork Games Lorcana 1K. We're here with 20 Lore Pro, and thank y'all so much for watching today's tournament over on Twitch. If you missed any of the previous rounds, you can head on over to our YouTube, 20lore.pro/YouTube, to watch these rounds later on in the week. We want to thank y'all so much for joining us here today. Feel free to follow and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date on what 20 Lore is doing, or head on over to our Discord, 20lore.pro/Discord, and join the community. We will be going into the top 8. We'll see, of course, some of these tournaments players do split, and so we'll have to see how many rounds we can get on the feature match. But we will be back to you shortly here in just a moment, hopefully with top 8.